I don't know if I'm going to survive this, but if I do, it may be very cool. Don't go away. Hello everybody and welcome to Fat Guy Productions. I am Paul, coming to you as always from beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. Don't mind me, I'm just pulling off these strip lights that did not work the way I wanted them to. So, what am I doing? What are we doing today? What are we doing today? Not me, we. Now, I told you in my community tab that I was going to revamp the studio. That's what I'm doing. Revamping the studio. I've done it a couple times. It's not fun, but this is going to be the grand poobah of all revamps. All right, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be cheap, and I'm going to take you with me as I do it. All right, I'm going to make you feel my pain. I don't know how this is going to produce out. I don't know if it's going to be one video, 2 videos, 20 videos, whatever. I do know it's going to be at least 2 videos. One, the general redo. The other is going to be a special look at the new desk I'm getting. And we're going to talk about that when it gets here. But this may be more than that. And what I'm doing, let me tell you how this came about. I was going through some pictures and I found these pictures of my studio when I first kind of put it together. And it was so spacious and so open and so airy, and I miss that. I feel now like I'm working in a cave, and I don't like it. I feel isolated up here. I feel crowded up here. I feel messy up here. It's a problem. So I'm going to try to get back to what you see in these pictures. Open air, open spaces, more elbow room. So to do that, I sat down on my computer with my wife. We got some measurements of the room. Most of the stuff up here is IKEA, so it was easy to get measurements of the stuff I have and the stuff I want. And we laid out a kind of a concept. And now it's just trying to make that happen. And what I'm doing is I'm going to start in one corner. I'm going to get this corner done, then that corner done, then the desk area done, and then, so basically wrapping the entire room in shelving, storage, and displays. And then the work area is going to come and be pulled to the middle of the room and float and be a full walk-around thing with a clear work surface where I can do really big things, spread out, have room to work, and really feel free. Just in this corner alone, I'm adding 6, 7, 8 more storage spots, or storage/display spots. 8 more. Over in that corner, 8 more. I'm going to put some cupboard doors down on the bottom to hide some unsightly things. I'm kind of mixing this up. I'm going to change how I light it. I'm going to clean up all of the cabling in here. I'm going to simplify and organize and make everything just really, really nice. So the plan is to work right here in the corner where you're facing. I have a 3x3 calyx that has been over here. And now I have another 3x3 calyx that's sitting on top of that. And if you do the math, you'll go, well, wait a second, 3x3 doesn't 8 make. It should be 12. Well, that's because I left one shelf out. So I have a nice big tall spot in here, okay? So that's why it's not, the math isn't adding up. But that's the kind of thing I'm doing. I'm doing some different stuff. So I tried lighting this thing, and it was really difficult to do it the way I had planned it. So I had to kind of punt. And so today I'm going to be putting up some lighting on the back of this, get this tucked into the corner. And I'm still waiting for a bunch of other supplies. Now, how is this going to be? This is going to be really eclectic. You're going to see some pop-ins like this. You're going to see some voiceovers. You're going to see some still photos. You're going to see some time lapses. And what product I get out of this, I don't know. We'll just have to see how it goes. I'll do my best. It's really hard to film and do some of this stuff at the same time. So, you know, I'll do my best to represent this fairly so you can see what's going on. But I have a lot to do, one segment at a time, to make it a little bit easier. And then once everything is positioned, then I can start to move all my goodies around and set up really fun displays and do whatever else I feel like doing up in here. So with nothing else to say other than to bore you with a bunch of chatter, let's go ahead and get to work.
Okay, so I started in this corner where I had a 3x3 calyx, and I basically added a 3x3 calyx from IKEA. I'm just holding it loosely in place with some double-sided tape so it won't slosh around. And then I'm adding some strip lighting to the back of it using strip lights from Govee. Okay, now I'm doing the same thing I did on the other corner here, adding another 3x3 calyx, but I also had to remove some built-in shelves that I had done. And then I've got this technology mess. This is my router, my hubs, my modem, and all that. And you can see what a mess it is. So I used Illustrator to come up with a plan so that it would be nice and neat. So it took a lot of time, but you can see how much cleaner it already is. And that's not even done yet. That's just kind of getting things organized. And then we can slide it back in place, and lo and behold, we're able to move on. Now we're over at the desk, and this has got so much stuff on it, and I have to get all of this off of here because my son and son-in-law are going to come over and get this desk out of here and put in the new one. Now, this whole job was not done without injury. Here you see the paper towel where I sopped up my blood from dropping a piece of sheet metal on my toe, almost cutting it off, but I survived, and now we can go ahead and get the new desk in.
Our fatal mistake.
Okay, this is Steven. You've met him before. That's Cole. That's my soon-to-be son-in-law. And they're making that corner happen. Yes, that's exactly what's going on.
I think we have it on right now, but
So, anyhow, they've gotten out the old desk, all that stuff from the corner, and they're putting together the big fancy desk from Secret Labs. Now, I told you I was going to show you how they were building it and stuff, but screw that, okay? Sorry. I'll show it to you when it's all done. But they're up here getting it done. They're getting their jig on, and it's all good. So there it is. We'll keep you updated on this corner here. But they're doing the work that I pretty much can't, so it's all good, and I'm very grateful to have them. My younger son, Mike, is sick. He's down for the count, so he had to bail. But Cole definitely has stepped up and is helping. So I'll give you a full rundown and tour of the desks after all of this is done. So yes, I'm glossing over the desk build because I'm going to do a whole separate video on the desk so that you can see it in more detail because it's so stinking nice. But now that the new desk is in, I was able to clean up this corner and start putting a bunch of stuff away because in the past I've just been shoving stuff from one side of the room to the next. Now I can actually go ahead and start to put things away because I've got to start getting stuff up off the floor so I can move things around. Now, over here in this corner, we took out the paracord station and the cabinets I had over here, and we put in a 3x4 calyx that I'm going to use for my albums, and then I'm going to put the stereo unit on top of it. Down at the bottom, we're going to have some cabinets, and in the middle will be some displays. This, too, also has backlighting, and like all of these calyx areas, everybody gets 2 power strips. They're getting a really good one from Anchor, and then they're getting a HomeKit-enabled power strip so I can control devices using HomeKit. So this will get 2 power strips. The two in the corner get dual power strips. I'm putting dual power strips just about everywhere to give me the most versatility. But you can see that looks really nice, and it's so much better than it was.
Okay, so just a quick update on where I'm at. And where I'm at is nowhere. Log jam. So look, you can see the window behind me is wide open and stuff. When I started the room project, I didn't plan on doing anything with the windows, even though they had the ugliest, most heinous blackout curtains in front of them, dust collecting blinds. They're just awful. But as I got to it, I realized I needed to do something with them. So we just put in blinds by Smart Wings downstairs. Loved them. Home kit controlled blinds. So I ordered a set for the window over here and the window back here. And I'm kind of in a holding pattern because I need access to these windows to put the new blinds in. So I really can't move forward like I was hoping to. And I'm kind of stuck. And UPS just updated that this morning my blinds are stuck in Ontario, California because of weather. So I don't know. Anyhow, it's going to be fabulous when I have the new blinds in. It's going to be really wonderful. I'm going to be able to open up the blinds, let natural light in here. I'm going to be able to open the window on a beautiful day and let some of that in. It's going to be really nice, but it is causing a log jam, so to speak. So I have some cabinet doors from IKEA for this bottom shelf here, and I'm going to put those in today because it looks like I have enough room to work right here. So I'm going to do that. And I don't know. I think that may be all I can muster today. I really need to work over there. Once the blinds are in, I can move the calyx back, the tabletop that's going to go on top of it, and build the new calyx that's going on top of that, and then start to load stuff onto it. And then that will clear out a space, and then I can work over there, then I can work over there, and behind me, and here, and then I'll really be able to get cruising. But I'm stuck until the blinds get here. So in the meantime, I'm going to put cabinet doors on these cupboards down here.
So these IKEA cupboard doors, they really just kind of slide in, and then you put a couple screws to hold them in place, and then the door just snaps in, and you align it, and you're good to go. And this is really great for, having some storage where you have some, ugly stuff that you need a place to put it, but you don't want it just out where it it looks awful. So that's what this is going to be for. So we'll get these cabinets in here. As you can see, I've now moved the work tables to the center of the room, and I built a little calyx workstation over there by the big window, and that is going to give me a clean space to work and a little more display area. All right, well, here we are in the new and improved Fat Guy Productions studio. I gotta tell you, I'm thrilled with how it came out. There are certainly things I'm not happy about, okay? And I'll point those out to you. But overall, I think it came out exactly as I was hoping. It was a lot of work, and I gotta tell you, it was not cheap, okay? Because it seemed like every day I was dropping another $100 on some kind of a thing for the room. But I think it met all of my requirements, and I'm super, super excited. Now, look, it's not done. You can still see some stuff sitting there on the desk, and these carts I have to deal with over here. There's things that are not plugged in yet that I need to deal with, but I'm waiting for cords and stuff like that. So yeah, this is where we're at right now, but it's good enough that I can show it to you today, and I can start to use the room the way I planned to use it. So let's go ahead and take a tour, and I'll show you all about the room. Okay, so here you can see the new desk by Secret Labs to go with the chair, and I've got the backlighting on it, and I've got a bunch of my stuff in place, and this set me up to be able to display and use my vintage Mac Plus, which is the first kind of Mac that I ever used. I love this machine, and it's going to be nice to have it out where I can fidget around and enjoy it. Some of the stuff still isn't quite right. I don't have Truck 18 lit up yet. So there's still fidgeting to be done here, but it's looking pretty good. You'll also notice I'm keeping the short little Raskog carts from IKEA because they fit nicely under the desk and give me some added storage. Now I kind of glossed over this part here, and what this is the original 2x4 Calyx unit that I had up against the window, and then the work tables butted up to that. Well, I've moved the work tables away. They're going to float in the center of the room. I added a desktop piece on top of it with 2 legs, and then on top of that, I added a 4x3 Calyx for a display and a place to put a lot of my Hobby Zone stuff. So this gives me more storage. It's backlit. It looks really nice, and it's going to give me a nice clean work surface. Where I don't have to fight around like computers and projects and stuff. The biggest problem with everything I've done thus far is you'll notice I have the Enterprise, the Jupiter 2, and my diving helmet on the top of this. Well, I don't have any large flat surfaces anymore in this room where I can put big display pieces like the diving helmet. You see the diving helmet is hanging over the edge, and I hate that. I don't mind the Enterprise up there. I'm not a fan of the Jupiter 2 up there. I'm struggling with, big flat display areas. And so I've got to figure something out. That's one of the downsides of the project, but it's something I'll work around, and I'll figure something out. Okay, here you can see how nice everything looks. It's evening. I've got the blinds down. You see how everything is backlit. I've got the desk set up and lit up. I've got my key lights in position on the work tables. And everything is just so much more open. I'm really digging it. I've moved Matt Mason over on top of the stereo. And just right now, I'm really happy with the way things are looking. Okay, so over here is where we started. Here's those 3x3 Calyx, and you can see right in the middle there where I have my Mercury space capsule. I left a shelf out, and so all I did is left the shelf out, and I used a Japanese saw to trim off the dowels, and lo and behold, I've got this different shape in the middle of my Calyx, and it offers me a little bit of variety. I wish I could have done more there so that I could have done things like with the diver's helmet and stuff, but that would have involved a lot more work, cutting panels and things like that, and it's just somewhere I didn't want to go. But I think it looks really great. You notice I put some lighting up on the top to light the cabinet from the front and the back. I think it looks great. Now here we have an overview of the entire room, and you can see the work tables and how much more open and inviting they are. The whole room feels freer and less dark. Getting rid of those big, giant, ugly curtains certainly was a key element here. The blinds are wonderful, and anytime I want some daylight, I can just, with my voice, ask my digital assistant to open those up, and I've got daylight in here, and it's just going to be so much more inviting and relaxing and comfortable for me. I'm really, really happy about this thing. So, anyhow, what am I thinking? I'm thinking I love the way everything came out. I'm thinking I'm blessed that I have such a wonderful wife because she was instrumental in getting all this done. I'm grateful to my sons, Stephen and Mike, and my soon-to-be son-in-law, Cole, for the help that they provided me. overall, I love everything about this room. It's not done. I still have a lot of little things to do, but they'll be done over time. But I'm really, really happy with it. And the only thing I don't like thus far is the lack of big flat display space where I can put like the diver's helmet and the Jupiter too. Other than that, I'm loving everything about this. All right, there you have it. The renovated, restored, refreshed, exciting new Fat Guy Production Studio. I hope you loved this video. If you did, please give it a giant thumbs up, click subscribe, and don't forget to click the notification bell so you never miss one of my videos. As always, if you have any questions or comments, I'd love to hear from you, especially if you have any suggestions on like what to do with the deep sea diving helmet or some of the other big flat stuff, where I could put it, what I should do with it. I'd love to hear your ideas. Any suggestions on how I can make this better, I'd love to hear it. All right, that's going to do it for today. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Until next time, this is Paul from Fat Guy Productions saying, be good.